So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Randi Weingarten. I'm the president of the American Federation of Teachers. And so, if this event had been 3 weeks ago, before Beirut, before Paris, before San Bernardino, I would have stood up here and said, as important as marriage is, it isn't the be-all and the end-all. There's more to do, especially in our workplaces and our schools. And of course, that's all still true. It's still true that in many places you can get married on Saturday or Sunday, fired on Monday, and denied housing on Tuesday. You can still see your kid get bullied on Wednesday. That a union contract often is the only protection LGBT folks have to fight employment discrimination. It's still true that lesbians make less than straight women. It's still true that black same-sex couples are more likely to be poor than black straight couples. It's still true that if you're transgender, you're twice as likely to be unemployed. It's still true that more than 30% of LGBTQ kids feel physically afraid to go to school. And we have to do something about all of that. We need to fight to make sure that every LGBTQ person everywhere is protected by clear, fully inclusive, non-discrimination laws and have real pathways to good-paying jobs and employment settings where we are not just grudgingly accepted, but embraced. Kind of sort of like my employment setting, where a lesbian can be the president of one of the largest unions in America. That's what I would have said, and a teachers union, by the way. That's what I would have said 3 weeks ago. But then mass murders happened in Beirut, in Paris, and now in San Bernardino. Terrorism, whether it's domestic or international, brutal acts, and now the fear-mongering. Here's what some of the people running for president have said in the last couple of weeks. Quote, Syrian orphans under 5 shouldn't be admitted to our country. Or, let's err on the side of caution for refugees who can't prove that they are Christian. Or, and I quote, we're going to carpet bomb them into oblivion. And of course, I don't actually have to say that Donald Trump said this, I think everybody knows, wants to ban all Muslim travel to the U.S., basically ban an entire religion. And Muslims across our country and our world are rightfully fearing for their safety. So today, I have to follow the adage from Martin Niemöller. Many of you probably know this. And though I am not Muslim, I must speak out, because I know what it was like when they came for me, for us. There was a time in our country, this country, when we had to hide who we are or who we love. Matthew Shepard was tortured, Stonewall was raided, Harvey Milk was shot. We were raped and institutionalized, abandoned by our families, afraid to walk the streets in our own neighborhoods, and we took our own lives. We know, our community knows what intolerance looks like. We know how it tastes, we know how it feels, and we know how to break through intolerance even when it is giving everything it's got to break us. When they came for us, people spoke out. Straight people, working people, immigrants, people of color, people of faith. And together we told a new story, a story about how we live life like everyone else, and love like everyone else, and care for our nation like everyone else. Our humanity shine through, and love won. So my friends, today, they are coming for Muslims, for refugees, for immigrants. And as we fight for economic justice, particularly for our transgendered communities, it is also our responsibility to speak out. Hatred and violence and intolerance have never led to progress in this country. This isn't the America we want to be. We are better than this. We have to be. Thanks very much.